10 crap towns in England. The name England evokes pride, and living in England on its own, in the UK for that matter, is something to be proud of. However, it is not all English towns that you can and should be proud of. Some places are considered crap towns in England. Please note that this position doesn't originate from us. It is from observation of those living in those towns in England and those who have visited. And those who are living in these towns agree that theirs are among the worst towns to live in England. Yet we can't find any ground to refute their position based on our private findings. In this video, you will see the towns that folks refer to as the 10 crap towns in England. 10. Blackburn. We open this discussion in a large industrial town of Blackburn, located in Lancashire. It's north of the West Pennine Moors and on the southern edge of the Ribble Valley. Blackburn is just 8 miles east of Preston and also 20 miles northwest of Manchester. The mere consideration of its location alone could give some people an idea of the reason for its being labelled as one of the crap towns in England. Beyond that, however, pieces of ratings Blackburn is being given in this recent past are bad. Not long ago, the author of a popular report named it one of the most segregated towns in Britain. We dare add that the tough riot is one of the results of idleness, wants, and general dissatisfaction with life reflected in how people turn to street begging. You'll see youngsters bunking off school and harassing passers-by for money to be used in buying a cheeseburger. 9. Oldham. Not many people will expect this old town of Oldham, which is also the administrative and authority centre of the Metropolitan Borough of Oldham, to be described as a crap town. But what does the reality on the ground portray about this large town in Greater Manchester? It shows that the town, which is about 5 miles southeast of Rochdale and 6 miles northeast of Manchester, is actually one of the worst towns to live in the UK. Don't let us relate what we ourselves have found. Some feel that the town lacks all culture and sophistication that can be emulated. 8. Castleford. A trip to Castleford is a real eye-opener, and you need to keep your eyes open because if you dare to close them, they'd have your wallet faster than you could say, said a voter who voted Castleford one of the crap town in the UK. Coming back home in England, a town with this recognition is certainly one of the crap towns in England. This town in the city of Wakefield within the county of West Yorkshire has always got bad reviews whenever it is to be discussed. This low standard in this town may be due in part to its being a town of kith and kin. Sentimental attachments to relationships are likely to come in the way of standardization and adherence to the due process. This Wakefield's largest town was also rude thus. You have to wonder whether the essence of chavdom stems from bad breeding or, in the case of Castleford, possible interbreeding. 7. Blackpool. It might take a while before Blackpool gets itself off a list like this. It is a consensus member in the rank of the crap towns in the UK. We have also seen it mentioned in several lists of the worst towns to live in England and the UK. Blackpool is also on and off of lists of the most depressing towns to live in the UK. Why then is it still boasting of being the entertainment capital of the North it claims to be, when a stratum of the society actually sees it as one of the most boring places to live in the UK? A reviewer said of this town, "While in Blackpool all you smell is weed, McDonald's, KFC. You may think it's a jolly seaside resort with candy floss and donkeys, but it's a scum bucket for the transients who come here to draw benefits in a holiday resort instead of an inner city." Is that not what you would expect of a place described as a crap town in England? 6. Rotherham. Another place considered a crap town in England that made the list of the crap towns in the UK is Rotherham, the town named after the Rother River. The large town in South Yorkshire and a large market town enjoyed more nominations for negative awards more than many other towns on the list. The main settlement of the borough of Rotherham gives a free rein to violence, and this gives it a bad recommendation. 5. Grimsby. Let us tell you about the town of Grimsby, also known as Great Grimsby, which is also one of the crap towns in England. It's a port town and administrative centre and main town of north-east Lincolnshire. This town is on the south bank of the Humber estuary and it is close to the North Sea. In the mid-20th century, it was the port of destination for the world's largest fishing fleet before the unfortunate sharp fall of the industry there due to diplomatic rows and other political developments. The town, being the one at the receiving end of all these, suffered post-industrial decline before a slight rise in food production in the 1990s. Yet the reviews it's been getting show that it hasn't overcome that challenge. The Grimbarians, as the people living in Grimsby are called, view their home with horror, while many reviewers rank it as the bleakest place in the UK. Another reviewer describes it as the worst, god-awful hellholes in England. Let's stop here because we don't take delight in celebrating negativity, but it's one of the worst towns to live in England. 4. Doncaster. We won't tell you much about Doncaster and Rochdale for obvious reasons, but we have a few reasons to agree with those who add it to the list of crap towns in England and the UK. Listen to what one reviewer said. You've probably been forced to pass here on the train at some time in your life and seen all the attractions such as smack and rat-infested flats. While we haven't seen that, not a few people are saying similar things. Still in doubt? Hear another one out. A night out in Donny is magical, with bums sitting on steps drinking White Lightning near the old strip club or the job centre, and chavettes with near nothing on looking to volunteer to contribute to Doncaster's rising pregnancy rate. This reviewer summarises the situation in this town. 3. Rochdale. We don't think anyone should be offended by finding Rochdale added to the list of crap towns in England and the UK. Everyone knows that and expects to find it here. In fact, its inclusion here is based mainly on what the residents in the town say. They don't consider it insulting whenever they find their town listed among the worst places to live because they know they are living in one of the most boring towns in England. 2. Scunthorpe. Can we find anyone from Scunthorpe to come out and tell us that their town is not among the 10 crap towns in England? Though it is an industrial town, a large one for that matter, in the unitary authority of North Lincolnshire, it is also one of the most miserable places to live in England. You would wonder why things are like that in the UK's largest steel processing centre and the industrial garden town. But online activities in this town are not only depressing but also boring, as you're not free to browse any website. You are severely limited in what you can post. If your business depends on a website, blog, forums, video conferencing or emails, you will agree that this is one of crap towns. 1. Huddersfield. Finally, we want to talk about Huddersfield, at the last but not the least of the crap towns in England. This market town is also one of the crap towns in the UK, one of the worst places to live, and one of the most boring places to live in England. The safety concern is the main issue here. You never can predict whatever will put you in harm's way and whenever that'll happen. That is why visitors to this town are usually given this kind of warning. In short, if you like your car windows, teeth, kneecaps, etc., then be careful in this town. Did you notice that about half of the 10 crap towns to live in England are also among the 10 crap towns to live in the UK? This tells you more about how influential England is in the United Kingdom. Please tell us in the comments section below if you agree or disagree with this ranking. Thank you for watching this video and don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell.